Hello everyone, we're back, we're set, and we're good to go for the Baku race here for the AM2 guys. And yeah, it's now waiting everyone to select their setup, select their good tire, because the top 10 of course has to start on those soft tires. And now we're good to go.
Yeah, it should be a fun one. Hopefully, we get everything started like normal. We got our glitches out of the way. Cross our fingers, but yeah, it should be interesting. Of course, the Red Bulls did a great job in qualifying, and we'll see what Fatal and what Juventus can do. Obviously, Juventus, Badhad, or at least Badhad used to race in Tier 1. Juventus still races in Tier 1 along with Berzi and DK. So, again, this is a chance for those guys to get more reps in and fight for the wins in these types of situations. Kill Bill once again his X. And then we've got another mix of guys who either are joining their first league or being part of a better organized competition for the first time in a while. So yeah, it should be a lot of fun, and I think we should expect a lot of broken wings across the street circuit.
Well, it's gonna make things interesting, 100%. Don't know if these guys wanted to make that much interesting, but yeah, we've got to wait and see. Let's see if everyone is on the softs, because this is be quite important. Ooh, Stonewall Seth on the mediums, Skill Bill on the mediums, and Rogo Wing on the mediums. Oh.
Yeah, I almost wonder if they didn't. I don't know. That's going to be interesting what the stewards decide to do, because we know for a fact that they qualified on softs. So.
Yep. Well, I think I already know what the stewards are going to do, and that is going to be a disqualification. I don't want to.
Yeah.
To throw some things up, but I think
yeah,
that is the case. And indeed, Mitch put it into the chat as well as a reminder to the guys: if you don't, you will be disqualified. So that's 3 guys less in the competition. I don't think they know it yet, but that's such a shame. But it is how it is. Let's see, getting the stream up. Dominic's in the chat, he says Ricciardo, Verstappen or clean team racing. Well, I hope the last for both the Red Bulls, but I don't rule out a Ricciardo, Verstappen kind of thing. You never know. Braking is a challenging thing around here, so you never know.
That would make things pretty interesting, to say the least.
Let's see. Got everyone sorted now. Should be good. Someone has followed us. Yeah, good luck with pronouncing that name. I believe Tusorio 11.
Nellis took his time throughout most of the lap. I don't know if he paused the game or what, but he was quite a ways behind the field. So I think if someone wanted to turn that in, they could.
They could, yeah, because you need some sort of like close. You need to be some sort of close.
You need to be close because all these guys are just sitting there now with cold tires. So
it will be interesting to see if the Red Bulls got affected by it or not. Because everyone goes into their grid slots now. Nanas as well, as he's the last one out there. There we go. Vibrant lights. Oh, still the glitch, even in AM2. And away we go for the Baku Grand Prix. In fact, it's a good start from Red Bulls. Oh, 3 wide up into turn 1. Wing damage already. McLaren went off.
DK dove into some. Oh, there's just a piece of winglet all over the track.
Oh my days. Oh, there's a Ferrari spinning. It's Kono, I think.
Kondo lost quite a bit of end plate, and we've got a safety car already. Although I don't think nobody retired, but we just had. I think it's just because if you get so much debris at this track, the safety car comes out. I think we saw that on a tier 3, I believe there was a safety car that popped out without any damage. But it looks like the top 3 or 4 guys, I think, came out unscathed.
Yeah, behind them, it's carnage. It's gonna be interesting to see as well. What are these guys gonna do in front? Are they gonna pit for hard tires? Are they gonna go on to the mediums or stick to their softs? If I was them, if they are listening, I would have go onto the hard tires, to be honest, because there will probably be a lot more safety cars to come out, and at least you can go a big part into the race. And if a safety car comes out later into the race, you can either go on mediums, or if it comes very late into the race, you can go on to softs.
Yeah. Looking back through the field, the only 2 guys I saw lose a big chunk of wing was Kano and Burzy. Of course, they could have more wing damage in my game. Could have just not loaded it in as I drove, slipped through the field. But those 2 didn't have end plates, so we'll see what the leaders decide to do in the softs.
They will stay out. Oh no, DK is in.
DK's in, Burzy's in, but the damaged Arkaka's in. I think it's interesting that, we talked about them being disqualified right out of the gates with Rogue and Seth and Kill Bill in the mediums. I think if they wanted to get any sort of leeway, they would have had to pit and go on the softs immediately, which is what Kano and Seth, I believe, has done.
Oh my days! Sorry to interrupt you, but DK just ran into the wall in turn 2 as soon as he came out of the pit. So now he probably has to come in again to change his front wing. That's
a big yikes.
Yeah, yeah. I didn't know how to call it, but oh my days. Yeah, he has to come in again.
So the winner from last week already having those issues. I was going on to say, those guys that should have started on softs, and maybe I've had a few times where it forces you to go on mediums at the start. So, thinking about maybe it wasn't on purpose. Maybe they, were forced by the game to start on mediums. Kano and Stonewall Seth both pitted and went to softs, which is not something you would do. So I think if they're looking for any sort of leeway, that would be their one chance, is to go to the back and to be on the softs.
Yeah,
however, Kill Bill didn't do it, so I feel like there's nothing more that Kill Bill can do. I think he's going to get disqualified. I don't think there's any ifs, ands, or buts about that.
Yeah,
I don't think that's really speculation
well.
at this point. Yeah.
Yeah, Roku as well. Yeah, 100% true. Kono and Stonewall did what they could. Of course, we don't know.
I don't think Kano wasn't in the top 10, but Seth was.
Oh, fair enough. So, yeah, sorry. Yeah.
So it was Rogue, Kill Bill, and Seth. That was my mistake. I said that the first time, but yeah.
Yeah, it's not to us now to decide. We just have to commentate about what we see, what the viewers want to see. So we just leave it to the incident stewards. But they have been warned. We know it all. It's just a mistake from them. Nothing to do about it. Let's move on.
You talk about big movers, though. Obviously, I don't think there really was too much that many big moves, given we went maybe 2 corners. But Messi up to P13 after his rough qualifying. And Neles up to P11, although Neles is diving into the pits the second go round. So I wonder if he's gonna maybe hop on the hards or if he got wing damage.
There is a wing coming out. Yeah, it's the right hand side, so he must have broken his wing, and he's serving a 5-second time penalty as well. Oh, Stonewall Seth retired in the pits. Interesting. So people pitted again. They will catch up to the safety car very soon. So I think this is the last lap. We will see the safety car before he comes in. Oh, and I think that X-Bomb has, yeah, he's got wing damage on the right hand side. He's missing his end plate there, so that will cause him some understeer into the corners, which is really is not what you want around this track, especially not in sector 3 with the high speed corners. Behind him, I think it's all okay. Talking about wings, no, we have the Williams of Rogue Wing, who's got wing damage as well on the right hand side as well, same as Bomb Tree. Other than that, it looks okay with everyone.
Yeah, I think everybody else is alright through the field. One thing for sure is that right now there's only 5 guys on softs. So, I mean, everybody will probably be looking to go another stop, however, because outside of Arkaka, nobody else put on the hards. So, everybody will have to make another stop. We'll see what happens. I think the medium's probably a little bit better to be on at this point. Depends how well the softs are saved, as we're going to jump on board and see how Juventus handles the start.
When is he gonna go? Is he gonna wait? We saw Lewis earlier today waiting very long before he got going, but he caught everyone out and already had a 1.5 second lead into turn 1, and there go.
This might be interesting because the safety car is just into the pits now. Will it hold Juventus up? No, he looks to be okay. So, avoid the carnage there, as he gets a great jump ahead of Fatal. Meanwhile, a little bit of a battle between P-Dog Peyton and Rogue. Rogue sticks it down the inside, and they're still neck and neck headed into turn 2. Oh man! Rogue just missed his braking point and it goes straight into the wall. Luckily, everybody else has made it through unscathed.
So right on stream, ran too deep into the wall, and that is your race over.
I think Crew as well in the next corner, turn 3. Yep. I don't know. Might have been shoved wide, but also loses his wheel there, and we're still green. So interesting how this game processes
their safety car.
Processes a safety car. We get 2 DNFs and nothing, but we get some wing damage, and that's that.
Yep. Yeah, like I said before, Bomb Tree is losing out on a lot of positions because of the wing damage. Kill Bill now got up into P3, but Juventus and Fatal are pulling away. Juventus already 1.1 seconds clear, and Fatal is 2.5 seconds clear of Kill Bill, as Kill Bill runs into the wall coming out of the fast, tricky left-hander, and Kill Bill now with wing damage.
Almost have to be careful if you're a P-Dog here. These guys are going to be running a little bit slower through this quick-ass section. Yeah. Oh, he gets caught out because of it. He got caught out of it because Bomb Tree ran wide, and that's a terrible spot to be in. Nothing really P-Dog could do, but as I mentioned, if they slow down enough or make a mistake, you're going to get caught out being that close behind him. And P-Dog stays on this track. But he did get quite a bit of wing... No, on my screen he doesn't have any wing damage. I don't know how he does it, but...
Same, really strange. You would have expected him to get wing damage, but yeah, it looks fine, interestingly enough.
Brugux King says stupid mistake on my part, so...
And look at this, by the way, the 2 Red Bulls swap positions. Is this a multi-21? Because Juventus was 1.1 seconds in front as they entered the final sector. So he either made a mistake or Fatal
he doesn't have an end plate on his right side. Juventus doesn't have an end plate. So there was definitely a mistake somewhere by Juventus, who's now going to be second place, and you wonder, it is about time to pit, so I think Juventus won't be hurt too much, besides he'll have to change the front wing. But these guys are 5 seconds ahead.
Yeah, and Kill Bill has got wing damage as well, so he won't be catching up to them.
Yeah, he's really holding everybody back from the Red Bulls, which will help Juventus quite a bit.
It will, and I think we will see Juventus coming in this lap. As Vettel comes in this lap, he actually sort of destroys the race for his teammate, because then Juventus has to go on another lap with a broken front wing. So let's see what happens. Vettel stays up, but Juventus as well, they both stay out. So they go in longer on those soft tires. As Kill Bill's in.
T-Dog stays out for another lap. Kill Bill had to, I think, with his wing damage, but so the 3 leading soft guys stay out for another lap, and that's, I mean, hypothetically, the guys on mediums will really start reeling them in at some point.
Oh, Kono with a brilliant move round the outside of Squishy Poop. Brilliant move, and now Bottle is going for a move as well. Oh, it's the Racing Point losing out on a lot of positions, but brilliant move from Flores. He's going on to Messi now, and he's probably gonna take it. Yep, he is up into P10. Brilliant move, 2 brilliant corners from the Ferrari. Really well done, great racing. Round the outside and then with the DRS up on the inside, and Bottle is following through.
That was
up
aggressive.
into P11.
Oh, Messi's got wing damage, and I think let's DK through as well. He doesn't have wing damage, but he decided to let everybody through, had lost his momentum. I was looking ahead at Porridge, who was following closely to downfall, and I thought he was going to make a move into turn 3, but decides better of it. However, he's still right on the back of downfall.
Ooh, it was the Ferrari going defensive coming out of the castle section, and that allows Bottled now to get a great exit. Switchback is on.
Oh,
Switchback is completed.
Move.
Helicopter view as well. Oh, this is brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
Oh, Kano loses some end plate on the exit of the left-hander headed to the sector 3.
Watch this battle now for P7, and we've got 3 guys really close to each other. Is Bursey gonna make a move on Imran as Juventus is in, as Peyton follows him? Bursey is gonna go for the move. Down the inside he goes. Is he gonna make it stick? No, he doesn't. So it stays exactly the same. Ooh, as the Renault ran wide up into turn 2. Is Bursey gonna make use of that one? He has to go round the outside. But he gets the job done. He runs wide. Oh, he's just about make it. Well done from Bruce J. Kill Bill's out.
Kill Bill, he lost
turn 1.
At I think turn 2.
VSC out.
Yeah, turn 1.
VSC is out. And actually, if it continues on for a little bit, Vettel could get a sort of free pit stop. I think it will be ending before he enters the pits.
Yeah, I was looking at when Juventus was leaving the pits, he was right next to Messi, and Messi actually had to run to the runoff area in turn 2. I think it was more so Messi missed his braking point than Juventus forced him off. So right when that was happening, Kill Bill was losing it into turn 1. He's still out.
Still out.
Maybe.
Well, you know what the thing is, like, he's not in the pits yet, but with those worn soft tires, he is still gaining from it, because you can't like really catch up now to P1.
Yeah.
And with the, as I say that, he is gonna enter the pits.
No, we're green.
Yeah, an X-bomb. Got 5 seconds for speeding under the VSC. Vettel's in. Red Bull Boys coming out. Hearts are ready.
X-bomb hits the wall too. Lost a bit of end plate.
Ooh, downfall and power now. Is power going down the inside? Yes, he is.
Nice move from Forge. I'm gonna say this, the Red Bulls have to be very careful in this traffic. A lot of guys, I think they're quicker than, even on the harder town pound, but they're gonna have to be careful, because they're not gonna be, you know, someone makes a mistake ahead of them, that, you know, they're gonna be caught up in it, so you gotta be careful.
You definitely gotta be. Oh, Bursey ran wide up into turn 3, and that allows Vettel to get past. Really good move from the Red Bull. Very critical move. And he's looking to get past the Renault now of Imran. as P3 and P2 are up ahead.
It's been a pretty quiet race as a lot of the field really stacked up P2 on back, but Andrew's been pretty quiet so far. We haven't talked about him hardly at all, and he is quietly 7 seconds ahead of this pack, so he'll be able to, especially if Fatal is going to lose some time, and potentially if Andrew can get some quick laps down and pull out the gap, he could put up a fight maybe for a podium spot.
Yeah, definitely, because those hards will feel much better coming to the end of the race compared to the tires of Fatal, so it can definitely play a big factor into this race if you can go on a little bit longer and setting those quick lap times. But as we say that, he's losing a lot of time compared to Power in the McLaren. He almost lost a second last lap, so yeah, he's just more looking to lose time instead of gaining time at this point. As I say that, Imran is probably going for a move on a Renault. He has a little bit of a look. Don't make it stick because the Renault gets slipstream and DRS from the Toro Rosso ahead. Oh, yeah. Bercy and bottled. Yeah, fair enough. All clean there. He's Fatal going for a move now. He's looking again. I don't think he will be able to make a move. No, he isn't. This is what you call DRS straight, mate. Good luck with getting past these guys if they all get DRS. It will be a struggle.
I'll say Down's done a pretty good job. I mean, I think he's one of those guys maybe right around middle of the pack type pace, but finds himself at the moment in P3 as we got Messi, who's run wide in sector 3, and he's just hit the runoff area, so we'll be alright. But
yeah,
as I was saying, Down doing a good job to hold these guys off. I mean, so far, really trying to stay with Porridge, who's almost pulled out a couple seconds.
Yep, he is gaining definitely from it. Handful is holding up these guys behind. Now everyone will get DRS, so it will be interesting to see who can get past who. If they come up to the start finish straight now, brilliant view from inside the corner.
Gonna be a Oklahoma land rush, Boomer Sooner right here past Downfall.
Ooh, as Downfall comes into the pits on lap 8 on those mediums, and I think Bottled is going to make a move on Bercy J. In fact, he already made it. And that's Bottled up into P5 with the quickest third sector of this race.
Fatal line up a move.
Oh! It's damage for Bottled. Sorry to interrupt you. Ran wide up into turn 2. And I think Bercy J is gonna get past now. No, he's not. Well, Bottled will struggle the next couple of laps with the wing damage.
A surprise Fatal didn't make a move there as Messi has wrecked it. I think he lost his front wing. He lost his front wing somewhere in sector 2 and then wrecks it into the fast right left, and that'll bring out the second safety car. So, right now, I mean, Andrew is in 9-second lead at the moment. Will he be able to get back out, put on the hards, and we'll see where he stacks out.
Good question. Or as Peyton gets a penalty for speeding under the safety car. He is down in P10 and it will affect him 100% because he will drop down to P15 now. Second safety car of the day. We've had a virtual safety car, so currently this is my prediction of today's race, but we're only on lap 10. We're not even halfway through this race. We've already reached my prediction, so that's probably going to go out of the window now.
Right. I have an interesting thing where I don't have the penalties. They're not popping up for me, so yeah.
Oh, that's great. Andrew is in.
Forge is in. Imran is in. Bodhot is in. Everybody's in. Everybody's on mediums at least.
Fatal can go on. This is brilliant for him now. He can go to the end. Everyone will probably put on the hard tire. And they can all go from there. Issue Vent is going to gain from it as well. He definitely is, but he will be behind the Williams, yep. But at least he's now gained a lot back from the wing change he had to do as well, because that was why he was further down than Fatal. So that's all good now.
It was a bit devastating for downfall. He pitted a lap too early. Obviously had no idea safety car was coming out the next round. But
true. Yeah, it is really, really unlucky for him. Woodhold on one lap of mediums, so he probably used those tires during qualifying for one lap. He's out now with that front wing change, so he got lucky. And with him being in P6 on those mediums, will he be able to make it though? I think he could, but it will be a stretch. Lining up to the back of the safety car. Looks all good. Ooh, as I say that, Bergy picks up 10 seconds for exceeding track limits.
It has not been friendly to the Canadians of Bergy and obviously R-Bar on Tuesday, who just got destroyed with penalties at the end of the race. He got kind of a bad luck. I think Dan Robo either had glitched or just didn't realize he should have passed the safety car, and R-Bar got 5 seconds for that, and then I think picked up like 15 seconds or something going to the last safety car in the tier 2 race, Thomas. So it has been a tough race weekend for those two, and they have spent a lot of time practicing for this track, as they always do. But yeah, it's unfortunate that that kind of stuff happens, especially under safety car. They come out so often here.
Yeah, 100%. But it's really strange how it works with the safety car. But because when you are a lapped car, it doesn't always say that you are allowed to pass and all those kind of things. And when you like got a corner, it gives you, well, here you go. Power gives us the right example. 5 seconds for exceeding track limits, where you normally would just get a warning. It's so strange under those safety car conditions what actually happens with all the penalties. So yeah, it's, you would say it needs to get fixed, but you already know it's not gonna get fixed. So it's just all these glitches.
You just gotta wait for the next game to come out.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. It really is. Jordan in the chat. That's nice to see. It says things getting tasty by the looks of it. 100% mate. Lap 12 or 26. Safety car will probably come in this lap. And then we're good to go with everyone almost going till the end. Question mark behind the guys on mediums, but definitely guys on the hards will make it till the end.
Okay, so we'll do a little trivia question. It's not that hard, as we're waiting to go green. This is what, our 5th race at Azerbaijan as a contest of speed, and it would have been, or could still be, in 2020, I believe, the 5th race at this circuit. And the last 4 years it's been called the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. What was it called the first year of this track?
Am I allowed to give the answer as well?
I think we'll give it a few laps. If you guys wanted to guess in chat what the... it's already been said. It was a pretty easy trivia question tonight. European Grand Prix.
We got two spell in chat, so
we have
it's
two
not really
so
he knows everything.
I think Elb said it first though, so let's say rolling
Elb
with
was
all
earlier.
your rolling with all of your big Qatar Airways money. Send Elb a T-shirt.
He won a T-shirt. Let's see, the safety car stays out actually for another lap, and I think that's because of Nellis.
Nellis disconnected, and his car just didn't want to go.
Yeah, he joined back now, so it should be good to rejoining the pack again.
It's kind of funny how it was called a European Grand Prix because it's quite debatable if Azerbaijan's even in Europe.
Yeah, that's a good question. I'm not the kind of guy to talk about politics and things like that, but I think they're taking part in the Eurovision Song Festival and those kind of things as well.
Arkaka is retired in turn 1. Did he crash?
Under the safety car, we can actually watch with Nellis. Yeah, he crashed, he fully binned it into turn 1. Under the safety car, he's doing a Grosjean. It's Baku as well. But just the wrong corner.
I'm not 100% sure, but I think Ericsson hit him.
That could be a really good shout. I think it was Ericsson indeed.
That is pretty unfortunate by Arkaka. I'm trying not to laugh. Trying not to pull a blank here and laugh when somebody retires, but
it is quite funny. I just want to know what happened there. That's my question now. How?
I think the good news is Nellis is caught up and should go back to some green flag racing.
Fatal is giving the safety car a sign that he should speed up because it's going too slow for him. He's almost touching the safety car, and if there is one thing you don't want to do during the safety car session, it is touching the Mercedes. Although I would have touched it as well. It's a lovely car. Safety car in this lap. It's almost go time again. And now with the other Red Bull leading the safety car. Juventus had a brilliant restart. Is he gonna have the same?
I think Fatal might be going too quick. He's gunned it too early. They're gonna stack up. Are they gonna stack up? Not quite, but he didn't get the launch that he wanted.
Yeah. Oh, this is...
Gonna be stacked. Oh, the McLaren runs wide. Porridge keeps it going into turn 2 side by side with Imran. Imran goes deep. Porridge. Oh, he saves it. He doesn't hit the wall. Great driving for the McLaren. Up front, Andrew takes the lead. Oh! Big crash between Imran and Porridge. They both lost it down the straight. They both continued on. I don't know how they didn't DNF.
Yeah, big damage, debris everywhere, but they're still in the race.
Meanwhile, the biggest Andrew's in P1. I totally missed that. I think he got him probably into turn 3.
Yeah, I think he got it already on the second straight, so he got it before turn 3 definitely. So good move from the Williams, as he's now leading the pack as the top 3 is already 1.1 second away from Bursey. J, yellow sector 2, it's a racing point in the castle section.
It's squishy poop in the castle.
Well, he's good to go.
Right.
Full front wing.
I think he might have just hit the runoff.
Ah, yeah. VSC. Oh, it's because of power.
Porridge just died. Yeah, because he didn't have a front wing.
Ah,
he lost it in the high speed section. Yeah, squishy poop's coming by right now. I'm assuming he was also caught in a pack of cars, so yeah, both McLarens back-to-back laps, and I'm not really sure what happened between Porridge and Imran, but we saw they got tangled up in that back straight and just hit the wall a ton. I'm really surprised both of them didn't DNF there, but obviously catches Porridge out a little bit later in the lap as he jumped back green, and we've got a battle on our hands with Bomb Tree, DK. As DK and Kano go side by side into turn 1, Kano takes the position into P6. Oh, and Bomb Tree is wide. He overshot turn 2, broke too late behind. DK.
Oh, and
more
look
yellow
at
flags. Oh,
it's because of Juventus. Yep. Lost out big time.
Misses braking point in turn 3. Wow, so All is not well in the Red Bull world. We've got Andrew up to P1 and now Juventus back down a spot to P4.
Yeah, the top two is getting away with Virgie J up into P3 because of that mistake from Juventus. But there's a big battle going on for P5 with downfall again as he runs into the wall. Wing damage for the Toro Rosso.
That's big for Kano and DK to get through, and now battling for the top 5. Paul's going to have to be careful. Nellis, who is at the back of that long train of cars to start the restart, is up to P8. A few of those were pit stops.
Let's see now is...
Here comes Fatal.
Yeah. Will he be able to make a move on the Williams? Would expect him to do so, but I think he won't be able to make it. Of course, no DRS. That will be enabled this lap, sorry. So after turn 2, he will get DRS.
Keep an eye, DK down the inside of Kano into turn 1. And he runs wide, but he makes it stick. No, switch back for Kano. Makes it down the short sheet down to turn 2, but now DRS enabled, DK gets it.
DK wing damage though on the left hand side. Missing his end plate.
He's still gonna go for the move down to the inside at turn 3. Nope, he backed out of it.
Oh no, shut the door. Said no way you're gonna get P5. And DK has to settle in for P6. Let's see, Fatal still behind Andrew. As Burst actually is closing in on these guys, so he's doing a really good job. Juventus is not having it at the moment. Is that because of wing damage? It doesn't look like it, to be honest. So he's just struggling for pace, really.
I think he was quite a ways back once he made that mistake into turn 3. Fatal, that's a bit deep. I think Andrew has a lot of straight line pace.
Yes, Erasmus 4 and he's just not catching. So it's either Fatal running a lot of downforce or Andrew just no downforce at all. Look at the gap
say,
he's
I
putting.
think, man, Andrew, yeah, I think Andrew's running really low rear wing. That's got to be part of it, or else he's snuck a top tier Mercedes engine on that Williams and has been able to just dominate so far with it.
Let's see now, DK over to Kono. And he is now up into P5.
Fatal's still going to follow Andrew.
Yep. And that allows Burst J to close in even more. Spotted sets the faster lap on the hards with a 1:42.7.
Oh, it's a little bit early, but Squishy Poop doing a great job holding his own back there in P10. He's been able to keep it out of the wall for the most part, on the island, as our friend Lewis Round would say, and staying in P10.
100% doing a really good job in the Racing Point, as he needs to keep up the pride for Racing Point, as he's the only one still in the race from the Pink Panthers. Talking about points, Red Bull, as it stands right now, will score big points for the Constructors' Championship, and it can be even more if Fatal is gonna get past Andrew on this lap. Will he make it stick though? Because Andrew has some insane straight line speed in that Williams.
He's got a lot of ERS left as well, so he's been able to save a lot of it in that second sector and then just go full revs down the straight.
And I think what Fatal should do is just cooling down his engine, keep it in lean and ERS mode 0 throughout the whole of sector 2 to make sure he's got full power for sector 3, because he's overeating his engine out, because he puts it up into ERS mode 4 while he knows he's got no chance of keeping up with Andrew. He should just rest the engine for a little bit make sure it cools down and then make full use of the power he's got available in that Red Bull to get past Williams, because I don't see a way else of getting past that Williams with the straight line speed. Bercy J closed in 4/10 on the last lap, as 1.8 seconds now is the gap. He's looking to get into the mix of things as well.
Yeah, right now it's one of those moments for Bercy where it's all about doing little things, being consistent, not overdriving the car, which is really easy to do, especially on a street circuit when you know you've got some time to make up, some time to really try to drive as hard as you can, but it's easy to get over your depths and make a mistake. He's done a great job so far, and he's slowly working his way back towards Fatal, and you know, if things continue at this pace, could see Bercy to get DRS in the next maybe 3 to 4 laps.
Well, I think if Fatal is not going to get past Andrew this lap, I think he will get it next lap. Bercy J, as he is just outside the DRS window now. Fatal is 100% not going to get past the Williams.
It is pretty incredible. Really, with DRS, Andrew is doing the same speed as Fatal down the straights, which I don't know if that's saying more Fatal or more about Andrew. Andrew's getting up to about 204 miles per hour down the straights, down at least into turn 1. Let's see here, Fatal's going to get up to 197. I missed what Andrew was, but he had to have been right up there near 200 going into turn 3.
A brilliant straight line speed, and it will be a struggle for the Red Bull to get past. It just looks like real life, unless that Williams should have been a Mercedes in that case, but it's the Red Bull missing straight line speed, and it allows the Haas behind to close in as well. I don't think any of these guys have penalties.
I haven't been able to see anything pop up, so
yeah,
it's like a little race director and
quickly check.
I think some of them have been served as well. So the only one, obviously, Bercy had that 10-second penalty.
Yeah, Bercy has the 10 seconds and 1 warning. Fatal and Andrew both without even warnings, so they're doing a really good job getting no penalties. And Fatal is so much closer now, coming out of the last real turn here at Baku, and he should be able to make a move now. Let's see, DRS mode 4 enable. You can see the Williams pulling away, but now DRS will get activated.
Oh, it's going to be close.
It's going to be really close. He needs to go around the outside.
Goes defensive. Oh, great defending from Andrew with Fatal right on the back of him.
Great defending.
Perfect exit though for Fatal.
Yeah, really
great
good
drive off
exit.
the corner.
He's gonna go for it into turn 3. Choose the inside.
Oh, he's got it. Oh, Andrew didn't give him much space. He kept his front wing, so maybe another try for Fatal down the road. Meanwhile, Bercy's now right on the back of this battle. It's a 3-way fight for first place.
With 6 laps to go, this is turning out to be a brilliant Azerbaijan Grand Prix for the AM2 guys. Andrew still leading the way. He is dealing with the pressure really well this race. Took P1 after the safety car restart and hasn't given it away yet. But what is Bercy J can do, because it will be very difficult for him to get past, because Fatal in front will get DRS, so it will make it even harder to get past him. Again, Fatal really close to the back of that Williams, but I don't think, again, it's close enough, because he can gain now. He's pulling away, the Williams is pulling away now. As soon as DRS opens, he's gaining. It's just not enough to make a move.
DRS. I think he's waiting for turn 3 again this time. He's trying to save up that ERS for turn 3. Oh, Andrew runs deep. Got a terrible, terrible apex in turn 2. He's not gonna try it this time. Fatal's gonna save ERS. Looks like Nellis and P-Dog are having a battle back there for P7.
Yeah, got it on stream. P-Dog made a move into turn 1 on Nellis. Really good move, solid move from the Ferrari. He's now up into P7, and I'm watching Downfall at the moment as he just holds off on 3 up into turn 1. So we can quickly go back now to the leaders of this race as they come through the castle section for the last 5 laps. Great match, Thomas.
Side note, Bomb Tree is pitted, and so that puts him at 4 stops. Also in 4 stops on this race is DK, Kano, and Bodhad. But Bomb Tree pitted for softs right at the end, so he might just be trying for a fastest lap. But it doesn't look like he'll get in the top 10.
Nope, and I don't think those softs will be very nice during the end of the race. 7 laps to go. Those softs will be absolutely screaming at the end of the race. As P-Dog got past his teammate, and I think it's gonna with wing damage.
Here we
and
go.
It is
Battle
true. In fact, he hasn't got a wing.
Fatal side by side with Andrew, and he's got it. Oh man, he kind of got pinched, and Andrew's gonna have DRS about around the outside. I think Fatal apexed it too early in the turn 2. Verzi didn't even open DRS that time.
Brilliant move from Andrew, by the way, to hold it around the outside to still be leading this race. And all of this battling allows Juventus to close back in, you know, so maybe we're gonna get a 4-way battle for the lead of this race, but Juventus has to do his absolute best to make sure he closes in enough, because with 4 laps to go and 3.3 seconds, that still is a big gap to close in.
Yeah, one thing that... Oh, the commentator's curse.
Commentator's curse. I'm so sorry.
He's lost his entire front wing in the castle. Yikes, that's rough. But that definitely was a commentator's curse. I was just gonna bring up... Oh, we have a safety car. Too. That brought out a safety... Are you joking? That brought out a
safety car, so we had like...
So we're gonna have basically a 2-lap shootout, roughly, maybe just 1 lap.
Exactly the same what happened in Tier 2. Exactly the same. What are these guys gonna go? Are they gonna go for shots till the end? They've got a big enough gap to Juventus.
I think it's gotta be tough, I think, if you're the top 2. Well, I think Berzi might.
Fatal fakes to go in, as Andrew is gonna come in, and Berzi stays out.
Berzi goes in. Oh, Berzi goes up, stays out. It did the exact opposite of what I said. About right. Juventus has to come in. So Berzi's going to try to defend on the old hard tires. Where will these guys? DK is coming in. P-Dog, he's going to stay. He's not past the white line yet. Now he'll come in. So I guess everybody's just going to come in and hop on some softs. Nellis stays out. And the Williams pit crew does its job and keeps Andrew P2. Oh man. It's gonna be tough for Berzi, I think, to hold him off.
It will be very tough. We don't know about his straight line speed, because of course he had Fatal in front of him with DRS as well. But I think, knowing Andrew's straight line speed, he will be flying past the Haas on the straight. With everyone closing in, I don't think it will be close enough to the safety car though before he reaches the end of sector 2. If they were, he would have probably come in already on this lap. I think he will go on for another lap, and that will mean we have 2 full laps of racing left with only DRS on the last lap. So that could spice things up going to the flag on lap 26.
Yeah. I think Burzy, this really comes down to how good of a restart Burzy gets. I think that if he can get a decent enough restart and he gets Andrew and Fatal to battle for second behind him, he's going to have the 10-second penalty. And so, I mean, whether he finishes first, he probably won't finish first, you know, as it runs right now. But if he can get that removed after the fact, I could see Burzy taking the win. But he's got to get the best restart, and he's got to hope that Andrew and Fatal decide to fight each other instead of work together.
Yep, 100%. That's what he has to hope for. But I don't think Fatal will leave Andrew in front of him if he gets the opportunity to get past the Williams. I think he will do it because he knows he can't beat the Williams on the straight. As well as Neles, to be honest, we need to keep an eye out for him as well because he is on 14 lap old mediums. They will be screaming at this point of the race, but he's got Juventus behind him on fresh softs. But then he's got a little bit of a buffer behind him with his teammate on mediums as well, holding off the rest of the guys on softs. So he should be good for at least P5, you would say. But if Juventus can't get past, it's a P4 for Neles, and knowing that he's come from P20, that's a really good result for the Renault.
Yeah, so we don't think we'll have DRS at this point, and they'll go back because the DRS would only be in the back straight turn 3 after the start of the third lap. So I don't think we'll get DRS at all.
No, we won't. No, because I didn't have DRS on Wisey Boy the last lap, so there will be no DRS at all this race.
So
anymore.
I think here's why my little idea that would make this race awesome is that Juventus lags back, nails the restart, and just flies past everybody in the turn 1. Just does a complete slingshot, gets so lucky and nails it. It'd be like guessing when the lights go out and then leaving at like 1,000th of a second. It would be like that. But I think Juventus, if he can nail it perfectly, he could see himself, I think, fighting for a podium, maybe even fighting for a win after it's all said and done.
Yep, 100%. We of course have Burzy J on those 10 seconds. We don't know if he can get rid of it. So for now he will drop a lot of places and stands like this. But I think we should just count him in.
Unless he gets a lot of carnage.
Yeah, 5 seconds everywhere. We had DK picking it up. Now we had Power picking it up as well. But he is already out. Kono now.
Can we get some Kasi modes in the chat for this 2-lap restart? It'll be awesome. Come on, guys.
Yeah, get your Kasi modes out. I would do it as well, actually. I will start off.
Still unsure if the safety car is coming in or not. Bursy's still really close.
45 people watching. Burzy J getting this race underway. When is he gonna go?
Stack up in the back, starting to be side by side in the back already.
He's going out.
Burzy.
It's green. Oh, it's Fatal with a disaster of a restart. Oh, Andrew braking very early. No damage for Fatal. Juventus going down the inside of Neles. Oh, Neles has to front
Neles missed his braking point. He's gone. Yep, he's in the back.
So Juventus now up into P4, and this will be a 4-way battle for the win here at Baku. Brilliant end of the race. Bottle making a move on bomb 3. Oh, it's Imran losing it on exit.
On those old mediums.
Oh, Bottled.
Oh, they're still side by side through here.
Brilliant
gets
move.
around the outside. Can he do it around the outside again in this next left-hander? Oh, he'll
down the inside. Oh, they make contact.
Oh, little bump and run from Badhad for P5.
He says thank you very much, and heads bottom up into P5. A little bit aggressive, but for now it's all good. It makes it stick, and he's looking to get past Juventus now. 1.8 seconds is the gap. Let's see if he can close that one in, and now go on to the lead of this race, because Andrew will probably go for a move on Burzy J, knowing his straight line speed puts it up into ERS mode 3, there will be 4 or 5 very shortly, I think. ERS mode 5. On to Bersy J, but I think he is too far away.
And Burrs, you got a great exit out of the final corner. Yeah, everybody's kind of too far away. Oh,
Andrew!
Oh, Andrew hits the inside of the corner. He lost a big chunk of front wing. Fatal's through. Can Juventus get through?
Juventus side by side.
Force it. I didn't give him a lot of room. There's that straight line speed from the Williams.
But the Red Bull can break much later.
Oh, he overbroke it. Oh, he got it slowed down.
Oh, he got it brilliantly down the inside of the Williams. And look at this, Pollard is in as well. All of this allowed Bersy J to pull away though. And I don't think Fatal will be able to get a move in on the last straight.
Track. Yeah. Well, we see Juventus trying to make a move on his teammate. Oh.
Let's see now.
Back down the pack, Peyton's pushing Imran. Oh, Imran run to lose the back end.
Oh no. Goes well actually. Go to the lead now. Bersy J needs to hold on. As he probably got this one sorted. We need to keep an eye on for Andrew, because I think Boddle will get him on the line. First of all is Bersy J.
Side by side. I think Andrew's got enough straight line speed to hold on. Yeah, he does. So Bersy's gonna drop way down. Oh, there's another side by side battle. Oh, Bersy drops the P7.
Oh, Nellis, look at this. Palm 3 and Squishy Poop.
Battle for no points. Squishy Poop has no front wing. But he comes on P13. He's still finished. Oh,
He's still finished, fair enough. Important as well. Bring the car home. That's what he did. So, because of the penalty of Bersy J, we got Fatal winning this race with Juventus in P2 and Andrew in P3.
I think it's safe to say Red Bull 1-2, they did a great job of this race. Juventus battled through some adversity. He lost that front wing in the castle, but because he caused his own safety car, he's able to rebound it and get P2. Fatal spent, so long trying to get by Andrew. Andrew did a great job defending.
He really well did. Yeah, it was great defending from Andrew. Unlucky for the wing damage he got going into turn 1 last lap. Fair enough, still a P3 for the Williams for now. We got fastest lap actually, because that's something we need to keep an eye out for as well. 32.5 from Fatal.
Yeah, it was Fatal.
Yep, so he gets an extra point, so that's 26 points for now for the Red Bull.
Grand Slam.
It's the maximum points they could get from this Grand Prix, which is brilliant for Red Bull.
Alright, do some interviews. We're gonna get Bersy in as well to talk. It's more than likely, I have the feeling he'll get promoted. Get your driver of the day in the chat as well, guys. If you haven't already.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello guys.
Yo. Alright. So everybody make sure your audio is set to share. They just go to... I hit the wrong button. Yeah. Go to party settings. Party settings, and then... Oh, yeah.
Whatever. We'll always.
Always allowed, yeah.
Okay. Should be good.
Hello.
Hey.
What's going on, guys?
Alright. So we're going to go ahead and get started with the post-race interviews. We'll start with Burzy, who finished first on track, and then had the 10-second lead. I think he caught during the second safety car, and that may or may not get reversed. So I guess we'll start with Burzy. He had a great run today. Made the decision to stay out on the hard tires on the last restart, but you got a tremendous restart and able to hold on as the battle ensued behind you. I guess was that strategy call something that you were trying to stick with, or was that something where you were taking a gamble to hope that they would battle behind you?
Yeah, I honestly didn't expect them to really. I figured they would kind of stay in their order, and the other guys were going to stay out, considering how many laps we had left and how fresh our hards were. And then they jumped out, and I was like, oh, okay, we might be okay here. And then I realized there's going to be a little bit more of a gap. I was like, there's too much of a gap to the rest of the pack. So I was like, oh, I'm really going to get hung out here. So it was a little bit of luck and a little bit of just having faith that the hards were set in enough that they were going to stick for the rest of the race.
We had one moment with Andrew. Andrew got the jump on the restart and took the lead there for a bit, leading Fatal. And then we had you really racing hard, and you did a great job to race your way up and get into that battle. Tell us, what was that like? That had to be a lot of pressure just to know that you're slowly catching those guys, but you're also, on hard tires at a place like Baku, a place where it's easy to make a mistake.
Yeah, I was fortunate enough. They were slowly trickling my way as they were battling it out. And by that point, I had been awarded that 10-second penalty. So I was like, I got to make sure I got that gap to fourth secured. So I was really trying to push to maintain a 10-second gap. And that was really, really it. And the luck. And I was trying to just keep my distance in case something happened between the two of them, because they were wheel to wheel the whole time. It was fun to watch. Had good seats.
Yeah, you had the best seats in the house for that.
Yeah.
All right. Let's say, was there anything else, Burzy? I mean, you had an all-around race, and it comes after, you had a good performance, fourth place finish at Brazil, so another solid performance. And I guess so far, you've been able to battle in Tier 2 and get those extra reps for Tier 1. Do you feel like that's really improved your pace in Tier 1 as you prepare tomorrow night for that?
Yeah, it totally does. It's nice to have the extra track time and really get used to wheel-to-wheel racing, which is always beneficial, especially when you get to the top dogs in Tier 1. But kudos to the other guys here. They did a fantastic job driving today, and hopefully things work out for me. But if not, it was fun regardless. So
awesome. Well, thanks, Burzy. Gonna move on now to P3. After everything was said and done, Andrew. Was it? Yeah, it was Andrew. Coming out P3, got a little bit of wing damage at the end, but I thought you had a tremendous car, especially down the big straight. You held off Fatal so many laps in a row. I guess maybe you don't want to leak your secrets for this track, but setup-wise, you had to be running, 2-4 wings or something?
Yeah, we had a great car today. I was running a 1-4 wing setup, and if DRS wasn't a thing in F1, probably would have been able to create more of a gap. But DRS was really able to keep Fatal real close, and hats off to Fatal for being such a clean driver. I've never raced someone so hard in my whole time racing, and that was really fun.
Yeah, it was an awful lot of fun to watch. I mean, we were looking at your speeds down the straights, and you had some laps the same speed as Fatal did, even though Fatal had DRS. So it was interesting to watch, and I think it was a bold strategy call, but it paid off for you. Obviously, going down the stretch, you decided to go to the softs. How did that feel? And I guess outside of one mistake late, I mean, did you feel like this is what you expected out of the Azerbaijan Grand Prix?
Yeah, definitely. I know that we have a really fast car in Baku. Going on to soft with 4 laps to go is something I wanted to do. With Fatal right behind me for the fast 10 laps within less than a second, I was throwing the car in every corner. I was almost losing it every lap. So when that safety car came out, I knew that I was going to get onto soft tires, and pretty much thought I had the win in the bag. And then when Burzy stayed out, I knew I would have to pass him. I don't really feel like I made a mistake there on the last lap trying to go for that door, that gap that Burzy left open. It's just that he had to stop, hit the braking point a lot sooner on his hard tires than I did. So I saw a gap and I thought I could make it. The door got closed though, and I hit the wall, got some wing damage. So that was really unfortunate. But it's a long season. There's just a real good group of guys out here, it seems like. But what can you do?
Yeah, it's some solid points, and it's a good improvement after the unfortunate start of Brazil. But yeah, it was aggressive move in the turn one. It was awfully exciting to watch. You guys put on a fantastic show. Seems like Tier 2 is really improving from week to week. And congratulations, Andrew, and hope to talk to you next week at Austria.
Thanks.
Okay, moving on to second place finisher, Juventus. A 1-2 for Red Bull and Juventus. Talk us through your race. Obviously, I'm not going to name names, but Thomas definitely jinxed you into the stadium section. That's when you lost your front wing. But it ended up working out for you because it lets you catch back up. You caused your own safety car and end up finishing second.
Yeah, this race was all up and down for me, really. I guess to begin, just a good start. Me and Fatal were talking before the race. I said, let's work together to keep it clean, and as long as we keep our nose clean, we can score some good points. So I was able to jump off the start, and shortly after the first safety car reset, I hit the barrier, and before the penultimate corner, lost some wing there, so I let him go, and and then the dying laps on the hards, I really started to push, and I was starting to catch the group, and I was pushing too hard. I lost it in the castle section. Thomas jinxed me, so thanks, Thomas. No, I'm kidding, but a little error there. No, don't worry. A little error there, and luckily I wasn't retired and threw on the softs. And I knew that gave me another opportunity. I had a bunch of fuel, ERS saved up, and I felt fast this race. Just kind of have to limit my mistakes, but happy to be back on the podium, first podium on the wheel. So really happy. And I also used the default setup. I totally forgot to change, so I knew that sector two. I knew I really had to make it up because I was losing, I don't know, close to second, or it was like 7-8 tenths on that straight, especially with DRS. So I ran my own race. I did my best, and 1-2 for Red Bull. Can't complain.
That's pretty crazy, the standard setup into P2, but you did have the benefit of starting P2, and you kept it for the most part a clean race. So big improvement though for sure, Juventus, especially comparing where you were at the end of Tier 1 last year, starting on the wheel, to now where you are, fighting in Tier 2 and also in Tier 1. So congratulations on P2, and I hope to talk to you tomorrow personally, and then hopefully talk to you in the same interview in a week from today in Austria.
Perfect. Sounds good. Congrats to everyone who finished on the podium. Burzy finishing first on track. Congrats, buddy, and thanks to the comms.
All right. Let's move on to the race winner then. Fatal, who started first, drove a great race, had a great battle with Andrew, and eventually, because of Burzy's penalty, picks up the first place finish. And Fatal, we knew you were going to be quick coming into this league, and we had high expectations for you in Brazil. Obviously, that didn't go as planned, but it's big for you to get back and get the win, and also qualify up front once again.
Yeah, just trying to make up for last week not finishing. So really wanted some points. I really didn't expect to come out on top. It's really lacking in straight line speed. I ran a little more downforce here than I probably should have. And just want to say great race to Andrew and Burzy, my teammate. Congrats to you guys. It was a great show there.
Yeah, it definitely was a lot of fun. I guess coming towards the end, we talked about Andrew and going on the softs. You decided to go on the softs as well. Is that one thing that you kind of just expected everybody to throw on softs at the end?
Pretty much, yeah, because I knew we had a big gap from the guys behind us. I really expected us three to all get on softs and fight it out at the end. Yep.
Awesome. Well, you kept it clean all race. Had some good battling with Andrew, and really just avoided the carnage. There's quite a bit, obviously, in the middle and back of the field as these guys get used to their wheels and whatnot. But great race up front from all of you 4 drivers, and congratulations to Fatal and all 4 of you. And look forward to next week. As if you guys can put on, half the show that you guys put on tonight, it'll just be an awesome race. So, congrats.
Thank you.
All right, Thomas, do you want to do some final plugs before we wrap it up?
Yeah, we can do so actually. If you want to buy anything from Console Speed merch, go check out our web shop. It's consolespeed.com/live, I think it is. I need to get it right now, don't I? If you want to see more racing, go check out our AU Elite Tier tomorrow. That will be 9 PM UK time, and the America Tier 1 at 2 AM UK time, the same as the America Tier 2 today. And yeah, if you want to hear me again, which I don't think you will, but if you want, go and check out the Monday stream for the Tier 3, as we will be going to Austria again, so that will be the new race week. And for now, I want to thank you, Perry, because it has been a pleasure.
All right, thanks for staying up. That's made it a lot easier for me, and thanks everybody, all the drivers who made it a great race.